After you have completed the required configurations within your public cloud accounts, you can now connect to or onboard these accounts into Prisma Cloud. Start by clicking Settings in the vertical menu on the left side of the Admin console. From the drop-down menu, select Cloud Accounts. To onboard a new public cloud account, start by clicking the plus Add New button. We will use AWS for our example, but notice that there is support for Azure and GCP as well. Provide a name for the new cloud account, and we'll go ahead and name this AWS Web West. And then click Next. Notice that this is a wizard workflow where I can navigate back to the previous screen by clicking the previous button, or once I've entered the required parameters on a given page, I can click Next to proceed. Okay, in this case, I want to enter a valid AWS account ID. This is a 12-digit number representing your AWS account. I'm just going to copy and paste mine in. Notice that there is context-sensitive help available by clicking the help icon that describes what each parameter is used for. So if I hover there, that's the AWS account ID. We're going to move on to the external ID, and there's the pop-up or context-sensitive help for that parameter. The second value we want to enter is the external ID. The external ID provides the trust relationship so that Prisma Cloud can access your AWS account in a secure manner. So we'll go ahead and copy that in. This is a value that you've defined, so that's where the trust comes in. And we'll copy and paste that value. Finally, we want to configure a role ARN, or Amazon resource name. This is the ARN that is created when you configure the Prisma Cloud role in AWS. Enter a valid role-based ARN. This viewer role was created back when Prisma Cloud was known as Redlock, so that's where you see the reference to Redlock in the name of this ARN. In this step, we have the option to associate this new account with an account group. You can use account groups to combine access to multiple cloud accounts so that you can manage administrative access to these accounts from Prisma Cloud. When you onboard a cloud account into Prisma Cloud, you can assign the cloud account to one or more account groups, and then assign the account group to Prisma Cloud administrator roles. Assigning an account group to an administrative user in Prisma Cloud allows you to restrict access to the resources and data that pertain to the cloud accounts within an account group. Alerts in Prisma Cloud are applied to the cloud account group level, which means you can set up separate alert rules and notification flows for different cloud environments. Account groups are created under Settings, Account Groups. And once we create these account groups, they're now available in the drop-down menu when we onboard the public cloud account. So we'll go ahead and use the drop-down box. This is an AWS instance, so we'll select AWS Web Cluster here as well, and then click on Next. So what is happening here is that Prisma Cloud is attempting to connect to the AWS cloud account using the credentials that we provided, and then it will initiate reading the APIs that are necessary to ingest the data and logs describing your AWS resources. The status of each category of ingested data is provided. It may take a little while for Prisma Cloud to start the ingest process and for all the status indicators to go green. So let's pause the video until Prisma Cloud makes the connection. Once we do connect, the status of the connections is shown in the dialog box. In general, the connection was successful, so we'll go ahead and click on Save. And I get a confirmation pop-up that the execution of the save command was successful as well.